Hi, my name's Dan. Thanks for renting my travel trailer. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how to hook up the truck to the trailer using the Anderson no sway waste distribution hitch. The instruction manual will be in the camper when you need it, but we'll give you a quick rundown here via video. Well, first thing you're going to want to do is take the 2-inch ball, which is specific to this weight distribution hitch. It has a place to put a pin in to hook the weight distribution part up to it. So I'm going to put it into the SUV. This SUV, it's going to fit there. Your SUV may be different. It has 2 different attachment points. So fit a variety of vehicles. Go. Okay. Now the pin's locked in. This thing's not going anywhere. Okay. The next part is we're going to lower the tongue down onto the ball, but not all the way. We want it enough so it's on lock, so we can lock it down and it's nice and level, so that we can tighten up the weight distribution part before we take all the weight off the landing gear on the trailer. Okay, so we're just going to lower it down. You want to make sure this part comes down, because if this pops up and is sitting like this, that means the part that locks it down is not around the ball, so it's not going to do its job. So this should be all the way down. There we go. It's all the way down. It's not going down any farther. So now we're locked in. This thing is not coming off. So the next part is we're going to take our weight distribution part. There. There's the pin. Oh, no, I'll put it in from the back side so you can see the cotter pin. We take the cotter pin, put it in here like so. Okay, now this sucker's not going anywhere. Now we're going to tighten up these chains as tight as we can get them. Ideally, you want to have the truck and the trailer in a straight line. You don't want them, cocked. So just do as best you can. It's not an exact science. And ideally, you want this triangular part perpendicular to the ball. About out of room, so now I'm going to have to go and start adjusting with the adjustable wrench because the socket's just not long enough. These things will be in the trailer for you to use. Okay, now we're going to finish this up. We're going to attach our safety chains. On some systems you want to crisscross them, but on this particular setup, it's how it's done. You can't crisscross it, so just take safety chains and put them to the hooks on your truck. There you go, that part's done. Now we got the 7-pin connector. That's going to go to the 7-pin connector on your truck. If you don't have a 7-pin connector, you're going to need to get a 7-pin connector or install an adapter. There you go. And now it is all hooked up and ready for towing. You're going to want to check your lights before you take off. Make sure everything's working. Maybe drive a couple miles, pull over, double check everything, just make sure it's all good. But at this point you should be ready to rock and roll, go everywhere you need to go. We're going to do a quick walk around so that you're familiar with some of the accessories and some of the functions of the trailer. First we'll start up front. This is where the propane is. That's going to run your water heater and your stove and your regular heater. So when you're ready to camp, you're going to turn this on. So it's going to be all the way to the left, and there's a little gauge right on here that you can see. There you go, and you can see it's full. So, and when you're not using everything, you just go ahead and turn it back. That turns it off. The refrigerator can also run off of gas, so if you're towing from one place to another, you may want to turn the gas on. All right, next we will go to the landing gear. So this is the landing gear. You're going to want to find a nice level place for your trailer. You can lower these down. Once you get to your campsite, I have a level you can put on the frame like that, and you can watch this bubble and try and get this centered, raising and lowering these jacks. You're just going to do a little bit at a time. Just try and get everything nice and leveled out. You can go, left to right, front to back. Just try and get it up in the air a little ways. I have this piece also that you can put under one of the tires to help position a wheel up in order to help level it out. It's kind of an art form. Just find something that's comfortable, that you're not bouncing around on, that you think you can have a good time in the trailer in. I really don't worry about exactly level. All right, that's that. These cranks, there's 2 of them in there, but also usually leave an impact driver with the socket on the end of it to make this process a little quicker and easier. Again, that's just going to go in here. Okay, next thing we'll go to the first tank fill. This is where you're going to put your hose water in. If you don't have water at your campsite, you can fill up with a hose at home, or you can fill up at your campsite too. But this is a holding tank. I believe it's 30 gallons, I want to say, so it's quite a bit of water. That's pretty much just good for your sink and your shower. I really wouldn't drink it, but it's good for cleaning yourself off after cleaning your dishes. Over here, this is where you would put the hose straight into. You're not filling a tank. This is going to be a direct line into your sink, your shower, that kind of thing. This would be my preferred method. You just take the hose, which is in the camper, hook it straight up to here, turn your spigot on, boom, you have running water. Easy as can be. Right underneath, this is where you're going to drain your gray water, which is your your shower water, your sink water, and then you have your black, which is going to be your toilet water. You're going to want to pull these pins straight out like this. You'll have this disconnected. You're going to want to do black first. That's going to drain the black, and then the gray is going to rinse out all the sewage out of there. Usually a campsite has either a hookup right on the campsite, or there's one when you're leaving. It's your responsibility to empty it before returning the camper. Now the hose, should you need it, is in here to hook up to the sewer line. You just pull this out like so. Put this in whatever receptacle, and this will hook like this. Black, let that go for a minute, and gray, and you'll hear it trickling out, and then you're done. Pretty simple stuff. And then you just store it right back in the rear bumper. Landing gear. This is where your electric hookup is going to be. You either have a 25 or a 25 or a 30 amp hookup. This is going to be a 25 amp hookup. The 30 amp hookup is in the trailer as well. I'm just going to put it in like this, lock this collar down, and then we're just going to take a normal extension cord and we can hook it up to here, to any power outlet, and then we have electricity in the trailer. It's not as good as the 30 amp hookup, but it'll work. I'd recommend a 30 amp, to help with the air conditioner and the refrigerator and that kind of thing, if it's available. If it's not, it's still fun. They just may not cool as well. to more landing gear. Here's our 30 amp hookup. So that's a big, that's the big one. That's the one you want to use if you can. There's the under end of it, and you'll see a box at the campsite that you can plug that into. Here's a hose. I have two of these. There's a 25 foot and a 50 footer. So it gives you 75 feet, which should be more than enough at any campsite to hook up your running water. There's a few tools scattered in here, some boards, maybe some chairs, a long extension cord, 100 feet I believe. So you got some options. All right, and there's a little, there's the door, but if you want to, oh, and that keeps it from falling on your head while you're looking for stuff in there. So this side here has a latch. The other side you have to lock in order to keep closed. Okay, we'll head back around and head in the camper. This is usually in this position. This helps you get in the trailer, or you can tie a garbage bag on here is what we like to do. So you can have it kind of out of the way but accessible. Here's the awning. It has nice LED lights. You can turn on at night, which is great. Awning comes out via the switch out. Oh, it's slide room. I'm sorry. So, oh, there we go. So that's our awning. You're going to want to be careful with that on a high wind day or something like that. These are easily breakable, and they're about $1,000 bucks. So have fun with it. Just be careful. Okay, now back to the slide room. This is the next part. So I was doing before. So here's our slide room. Just put the button down.
Completely in place. Underneath these cushions there are storage areas. We do want to inform you that it would be incredibly easy to leave something of yours behind if you left them there. The renters that will be picking it up soon are requesting no bedding. That is why there's no bedding here. We normally have bedding ready to go, freshly cleaned and sanitized, but that's totally fine if you ever want to request no bedding and you want to bring your own. Here are all of our owner's manuals up here for the appliances and just the camper in general. You'll find everything you need up here in case you cannot get a hold of us. Here is the Furion radio. It hooks up to the outside. You can choose whether you want outside, inside, or both speakers. I believe the password for Bluetooth is 12345. Here is our TV. It's our smart TV. You have Netflix available if you have your own account and stuff like that. We do ask that you please keep the blinds up while you are moving because things like that can happen. We have had to replace blinds before because they were destroyed after someone left their windows open with the blinds down while they were traveling with their camper. We have in here is the bathroom. You just flip that light on there. And here is for the pump and for the water, and here's for heat. See that light go on. And then it'll hot and cold. Your shower works like your normal shower. You just turn the nozzles and it sprays. The toilet, we sanitize everything in here for whatever use. You just press on this and water sprays out and it flushes everything down. Also, we do ask that you please use only the toilet paper that we have supplied for you, only RV toilet paper, because regular toilet paper will clog up the system. And we like to keep everything in tip-top shape. So please do not use your own toilet paper. We've got plenty stocked. There's 4 in there right now, plus the almost full roll there. Here are the bunks.
Underneath you can see holding tank, water heater, pump. Should you need to drain the holding tank, there's a petcock down here, but I don't foresee that being an issue. If you're doing on a long rental, you may want to drain it and get fresh stuff in there. Sometimes there's extra supplies in here with towels or whatnot, depending on the rental. If they want, if you want towels or something, just let us know. We can put some in there. But that's for your clothes and other odds and ends. Okay. Now we're gonna do the air conditioner / fan. So you've got these snowflakes over here. Turn it all the way up to 3 snowflakes, and turn it all the way over to cold as can be, and that's some real cold air coming out of there, even with the 25 amp hookup, so it's pretty good. Now, if you don't want the AC running, you can also do the just the fan itself. So there you go, pretty simple. Here's the stove. Turn it on to light. There we go. And there you go. You adjust as need be. Leave that right in there. Final thoughts. Make sure when you are hooking or unhooking the trailer to put the wheel chocks by the wheels. They will also be in the storage area. Thank you for renting my camper, and have a great vacation.